Well, thank you, Emery. Nice to see everyone here, and thank you for that really stirring reintroduction to the brilliant Tony Lukas. So the J. Anthony Lukas Book Prize is presented to a book-length work of narrative nonfiction on a topic of American social or political concern that exemplifies the literary grace, commitment to serious research, and original reporting that characterized the distinguished work of the award's namesake. The prize carries a $10,000 honorarium, and this year's judges Dale Russakoff, Nate Blakesley, and Amy Goldstein, two former colleagues. This year's winner is author and journalist Shane Bauer for his book, American Prison, a reporter's undercover journey into the business of punishment. Shane, congratulations. This year's finalist for the J. Anthony Lukas Book Prize is journalist and author Lauren Hilgers for Patriot Number 1, American Dreams in Chinatown. The judges write in their citation that Patriot Number 1 chronicles the epic journey of Zhuang Lihong from small-time democracy activist in a Chinese fishing village to immigrant refugee in Flushing, Queens, where oppression takes the shape of New York real estate prices, low wages, American bureaucracy, and the English language. Hilgers' reporting on two continents is broad and deep. Her revelatory, profoundly human tale of this crusading dreamer and his unshakably pragmatic wife, Little Yan, gives us all a personal stake in the politics of China, the struggles of new immigrants, and the ever-changing meaning of the American dream. Lauren, if you're here, congratulations. The Mark Linton History Prize is awarded annually to a work of history on any subject that best combines intellectual distinction with felicity of expression and carries a $10,000 honorarium. This year's judges, Elizabeth Taylor, Annette Gordon-Reed, and David Greenberg. This year, the jury selected two winners. First, The War Before the War, Fugitive Slaves and the Struggle for America's Soul from the Revolution to the Civil War by Andrew Delbanco, who is the Alexander Hamilton Professor of American Studies at Columbia University. The judges write in their citation that The War Before the War is eloquently written, that Andrew Delbanco elevates fugitive slaves to center stage in antebellum America and challenges conventional wisdom about the Civil War. He focuses on the unintended consequences of the Fugitive Slave Act of 1850, which was designed to unify the nation, but paradoxically lit the fuse that split it. This overlooked chapter of American history reminds us of the enduring, devastating effects of America's original accommodation with slavery and of the enslaved men and women who persistently risked their lives to escape bondage. They exposed what might be called America's founding fiction before the states were ever truly united. Vividly written, Delbanco's The War Before the War conjures echoes from the past that eerily resonate today: the splintering of the two major political parties, black protests of slavery in jails, and public discourse infused with insult and invective. Congratulations, Andrew. And the second Linton Prize winner is The New Negro, The Life of Alain Locke by Jeffrey C. Stewart, who is a professor of Black Studies at the University of California, Santa Barbara. The judge's citation reads, "In The New Negro, Jeffrey Stewart has written the definitive biography of Alain Locke, a trailblazer of the Harlem Renaissance, and provides a vibrant intellectual history of flowering black culture in jazz age America. Stewart chronicles Locke's education from his Philadelphia childhood to become the first African-American Rhodes Scholar, to earning a PhD in philosophy from Harvard. Psychologically perceptive, Stewart keys into Locke's deep bond with his mother, captures his yearning for art that distinguishes this remarkable worldview, and propelled his work. Making masterful use of Locke's archives and correspondence, Stewart illuminates Locke's brave commitment to live as a gay man and how deeply Locke was influenced by his relationships. The New Negro illustrates Locke's belief in the beauty of his art and his promotion of the literary and artistic work of African Americans as the quintessential creations of American modernism. Congratulations, Jeffrey. This year's finalist for the Mark Linton History Prize is David W. Blight's Frederick Douglass, Prophet of Freedom. David is a professor of American history at Yale and an award-winning author before this book. The judge's citation reads, "In this stately and compelling biography, Blight captures the full arc of Frederick Douglass's life, from runaway slave to America's great abolitionist and orator through the Civil War, Reconstruction, and the Gilded Age. Making use of newly discovered sources, Blight highlights charismatic Douglass throughout his lifetime of reinvention as he navigated complex family relationships, fought for civil rights, and became a powerful, prophetic orator and magnetic political campaigner. Douglass was the prose poet of America's and perhaps a universal body politic," writes Blight in Frederick Douglass. "He searched for the human soul, envisioned through slavery and freedom in all their meanings." David unfortunately couldn't be with us tonight, but it's a wonderful book if you haven't read it yet, and we send our congratulations to him wherever he may be. And last, the two J. Anthony Lukas Work in Progress Awards in the amount of $25,000 are given annually to aid the completion of significant works of nonfiction on a topic of American political or social concern. This year's judges were John Duff, the chair, Mackenzie Fraser-Bubb, and Lucas Whitman. Maurice Chama's "Let the Lord Sort Them, Texas and the Death Penalties Rise and Fall in America" is one of the winners. He's a staff writer with the Marshall Project. The judge's citation says, Let the Lord Sort Them" is a powerful, deeply reported, and revelatory book. Through his account of the rise and fall of the death penalty in Texas, Chama reveals the truth about crime and punishment in America and how the legal system actually works. Through its moving look at the human cost of the death penalty, this compassionate book follows in the best tradition of the Lukas Work in Progress Awards to enlarge our understanding of the great political and social issues of our time. Congratulations, Maurice. And secondly, we are pleased to announce our support for Stephen Dudley's Mara, The Making of the MS-13. Stephen is the co-director of Insight, an initiative that investigates organized crime in the Americas. The judge's citation again: "This timely and incisive work, speaking directly to the mission and purpose of the Lukas Work in Progress Awards, centers on one immigrant Salvadoran family that represents the complexities of the story of MS-13, the notorious gang that is the U.S. government's #1 target in its efforts to rid the country of, quote, criminal aliens, unquote." Without ever minimizing the brutality of this gang, the book dispels many of the myths surrounding its power and history, and more important, Mara is the story of flawed U.S. and Central American policies over many years and the exploitative and unequal systems they create. Congratulations. All right, really looking forward to this conversation, and now I'd like to invite up our moderator for tonight's panel, Annette Gordon-Reed. Annette was one of the judges for this year's Linton Prize. She's the Charles Warren Professor of American Legal History at Harvard Law School and a professor of history in the Faculty of Arts and Sciences here at Harvard, and she is also an award-winning author of several books, won the Pulitzer in 2009 for The Hemmings of Monticello, An American Family. Welcome.
Thank you.